not that song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Do I amuse you?
What episode is it anyway?
episode 920.
Wow, that's a lot.
Dang, we're just 732 away from 1,000. Am I doing the math wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the show? Mike's Daily Podcast.
Right.
From
If we
Mike's Daily Podcast.
have awkward silence, they would have just told you.
Oh, that's right. I could
The
have
voices that...
Mike's Daily Podcast. I have to sing my song. I've got to write lyrics for the start of my show. I went to the beach yesterday to keep my flow cool. California, here's where I'll say yo. As to the proper use of that word, I just don't know. I saw lots of dead birds on the beach. Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's depressing.
Then, when I tried to leave for work, my dog did beseech me not to leave. He was barking in the backyard at 4:30, which makes me a little nervous because I got neighbors, and I'm like, oh yeah, my dog's barking. The birds thing is sad. I wanted to tell you this show is broadcasting from Cafe Anyway here in Podcastro Valley. It's the last place on earth.
Yep.
That's Haley that's speaking.
Hi.
I'm Mike Matthews,
And it's early in the morning. How did you sleep?
Actually, not much. How about you?
Also not much. Badly.
And it was hot.
Oh,
Well, it actually did kind of cool down like at 3 in the morning, just as we're supposed to.
Yeah, just as we're supposed to get up.
Wow.
I kept waking up and freaking out because I thought it was time. Like, I would dream that I was late.
Oh, I hate that dream.
Yeah, so I'd like jolt myself awake and check my clock, and it'd be like 2:30, and I still have hours to go.
I woke up at 3 because I didn't sleep with any covers on me, and at 3:30 I was like freezing, and I had all my windows open, and I just had to dive into the covers. So then I'm like, ooh, half hour left to sleep.
Yeah, that's never fun.
And it was done like that.
Of course, you blink and you're awake.
182. We were having a long discussion about Blink 182 yesterday.
We were heavily debating which song was like down, 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 down.
Yeah.
You thought it was one song. You thought it was I Miss You.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And I thought I was feeling this. And apparently it's a song called Down, so that was kind of anticlimactic.
We need to go back and listen to all the hits. Did you ever listen to Angels and Airwaves?
I've listened to like one of their songs. I don't really.
It was lots of kind of that chimey guitar, like the Edge.
Yeah.
Plays in U2, kind of with lots of reverb.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, the beach. We're lucky we live. It's like an hour drive for us to get to the beach.
Yeah, it depends which beach you go to. We have our choice. That's another good thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and then it's pretty cold, the ocean, and very turbulent. Here.
Yeah. Used to, when I was a kid, it was always, we never went to the beach unless it was raining. Like, the first couple times it was purely accidental, but it got to the point where it was like, oh yeah, we're going to the beach and it's raining.
Haley's going to the beach with her family.
Yep.
And there's the rain again.
So we haven't gone to the beach in a long time.
Falling on my head like a memory. Falling on my head like a new emotion. How are your parents doing with their liquid diet?
They had a salad yesterday, so I don't exactly know what's going on anymore.
Oh, that's confusing.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be like a 3-day thing, I guess, and that's it. But apparently they were doing pretty good, but they still had a salad for dinner.
When I went to that Vietnamese restaurant on Friday, my soup that I had like a chunk of lettuce in it.
Yeah. They do that. That means it's not a liquid diet.
No. birds dead on the beach is sad.
Yeah.
I saw like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Not bad.
There's always a bunch of rotting corpses on the beach.
Makes the going to the beach so much fun.
Yeah, it does.
Why do you think that it rained every time you went to the beach?
Because it rained a lot.
And that's California we're talking about.
NorCal. Or, Central California-ish. The Bay Area, which is not NorCal and not SoCal, so scratch your heads on that.
That's crazy, isn't it? That we're really not NorCal, because NorCal, there's a whole chunk of California left above us.
Oh, yeah.
To the north.
And they're very different.
Yeah.
Extremely different.
Bay Area is crowded.
That's true. There's so many dead birds here. Taking up all our space. Stealing our jobs.
Damn birds.
Damn dead birds.
I wish Trump would do something about those birds.
Send them back to Nestland.
Hey, look who just walked in. Hello, my Matthews. Hello, Haley. It's me. I'm Kelly. You heard the job supervisor. Like, oh my god. I didn't watch that new Stephen Colbert show, because he's, like, old.
I didn't watch it either.
Neither did I.
Well, I'm glad that we brought up that topic. Moving swiftly on.
You know, I liked how you did that on the last show. You said moving on from a couple things.
Yep.
And it was, like, perfect, because what it did was it moved us on.
Which is something that we don't do very well.
You know, because you act like you're producing this show, but you're not. But you are a producer. You produce some big shows here on these major, huge San Franciscan radio stations.
Everyone loves us,
and you have to. But you don't. You just give. You don't really move them on, do you? No. They kind of have to do that on their own. But you. Yeah. But I could see if you were doing this show, you would move me on, which you have.
Yeah.
Moving on.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. What was the other thing? Oh, look who else just walked in.
Oh,
Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. I did watch the Stephen Colbert show. What did you think, John Deere?
Well, from a technical angle, he had cameras. And I'm not used to Stephen Colbert being on longer than 30 minutes.
That's true. His show, The Colbert Report, was only 30 minutes.
Was it?
And he, or in TV talk, that's 20, basically.
I thought it was longer.
No, it was a short show. And then he played a character.
Right. Yeah, I knew that.
Where he was like a blowhard Republican. And now
Democrat.
He's trying to be himself.
He was left, extreme left.
So, I think his sister even ran for office as a Democrat. So, you notice here in the Bay Area, we've got this total... I hear a lot of people with the kind of Chicago accent.
Chicago?
Do you hear that?
No. I know someone who actually came to this area from Chicago.
Which brings us to our segment... Emails from email and your common not so comments.
Yep.
Because you had a friend comment, so let's play that little sweeper thing.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Email for email. And your and not so comments.
That was lovely.
Yep.
To the listener, I have to do all this in post, so we didn't hear anything. But you, the listener, did, so we want to thank you for listening to that.
We could cut all that banter out and make it seem flawless and seamless and like we did hear it, and you'd never know that we did any work on this podcast, but that's too much work.
Yeah, I'm going to say cuss word that. Okay, tell me about your friend.
It's the same friend, Ollie.
I love that name.
It's a great name. Yeah, she likes it too.
Kukla, Fran, and Ollie were puppets when I was a kid.
Adorable.
I used to enjoy that.
Yeah.
Nice puppetry. The sock puppet types, not the marionette puppets.
Oh, still very cool.
Continue on, moving on.
Okay. She's pretty cool.
And what did she say about the show, since this is the comment section?
Oh.
Did she have a negative thing?
I don't know. She commented, but I didn't read it. Were you expecting me to be prepared for this segment?
And that was Oh, I don't have it, and that was thing. So I'll just make one up.
We can just play the sweeper again.
Backwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's welcome to Satanic Common Not So Common.
And we'll put that right there.
Yep.
All right. Hey, if you want to help support the show, we're on Amazon. Well, no, wait. No. How do I usually say that? MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. There's a link to the Amazon thing.
Yeah.
And you can go shopping on Amazon and buy whatever you want.
Go buy your Pokemon cards, you nerd.
Yeah, Pokemon. Sing that Pokemon song.
No.
And you'll have to pay for all that. But when you do that, you're supporting our show.
So can you see what people buy?
No, I can't.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the Pokemon cards spike. And then what else is there? Oh, if you want to become a PayPal person and pay us stuff.
You can do that. Yeah. Inglorious Podcastered.
Yeah, Mike's Daily Podcastered. So if anyone else uses that, I came up with that, and they stole it from me.
I don't think anyone's going to use Mike Daly's Podcastered.
But they'll say Podcastered.
They probably will say Podcastered.
Adam Carolla's going to steal it. He stole my daily thing.
Adam Sandler's going to steal it.
This is Adam Sandler, and I talk like this when I do the one voice. I'm Ed. No, I can't do Adam Sandler.
No. Adam Sandler can't do Adam Sandler.
Do you like any of his movies?
No.
I was expecting something to come out of you, but no? Nothing?
No. I'm trying to think.
I've watched 50... No. When I was married, we watched 50 First Dates and The Wedding Singer because my ex-wife loved Drew Barrymore so much, and we'd watch those because those were cute. But yeah, I don't need to watch those anymore.
No. The Wedding Singer sucked. I saw the play of The Wedding Singer.
How was that?
Well, it wasn't a very good production of it, but I still enjoyed it. It's a nice story.
Oh.
It was better than the Adam Sandler version.
Did they have the line where he goes, I have the microphone, so you will listen to every word that I say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's also links to where to listen to the show in iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Podomatic, and make something up.
Jingle Hopper.
Jingle Hopper. We're on Jingle Hopper, too. So listen to us there. And Ameristream Live. I didn't make that up. That's a thing.
Yeah.
And then I do a country show on the weekends on countrycrossroadsradio.com. You're not a big country fan, though.
No.
You probably like one or two country songs. You just didn't know it. Do you like Johnny Cash?
I like Johnny Cash. I mean, the classic country is definitely different than modern country.
Yeah, we play some classic stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I'll just alert you when we're playing a classic song.
Thanks.
And you can tune in then.
Lifetime text alerts.
He's playing... So Morrissey covered a Waylon Jennings song. Waylon Jennings sang, just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. That was the theme song to Dukes of Hazzard. But he had a song called I Sure Ain't Done It This Way, and it's got this thump, dum, dum. And so Morrissey's band is playing the intro to that, and Morrissey's hitting his chest like he does all dramatic, and then he's singing the song. Well, I know that's how he sounded.
That's a good country music impersonation.
Every day is like Sunday.
That's a less good one.
Ouija board, Ouija board, Ouija board.
Is that really a song?
Would you work for me? That's Morrissey.
Really?
Morrissey sang those.
Oh, that's great.
'Cause I haven't heard from my friend in a long time.
Oh, that's sad.
Girlfriend in a coma, I know, it's serious. I am the sun and the rain.
Not a huge Morrissey fan.
What?
Yeah.
You cut me to the quick, my friend.
I'm a big Morrison fan.
Ooh, okay. Come on, baby, love my fire.
There you go.
We'll continue this thought process later, but first we got to get to our interview with the wonderful Danny Newcomb and the Sugar Makers.
Yay! What kind of sugar do they make? Cane sugar? Beet sugar? Coconut sugar?
It actually is in connection to his farm, which he will mention. I don't know if on this part, one of the upcoming parts of our segments, of our situations, we'll discuss that. But
so make sure to listen in if you want to know what kind of sugar.
That's right. Here we go.
Into an interview.
Hello, this is Danny.
Danny, it's Mike Matthews from Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. It's pouring rain here, but that's good.
Oh, yeah, you're on, is it Vashon Island?
I am on Vashon Island, yeah. You got it right.
I read your bio. It sounds like a wonderful place.
It is. It's a little outside the hectic pace of Seattle now, so it's nice. Yeah.
And how long were you in Seattle?
I grew up in Seattle. I moved about 7 years ago.
Okay. And then you found and how did you find the Vashon Island to reside there? It sounds like
there were a couple of friends that lived out here, and so I've been going over on the weekends and stuff for a few years. And Pete Rose lived out here too. So
I've heard that
I
name.
knew of it, I guess.
Pete, I've heard that Pete name.
Yeah. I saw him last weekend, actually. Yeah, he's a great musician.
Oh my gosh, you are friends with so many freaking huge, wonderful musicians.
I'm lucky.
I can't believe, like, you have, I guess your album is going to be released on a label that Mike McCready of Pearl Jam has a label?
Right. He's actually releasing it's going to be a vinyl. His label will do vinyl 7 inches, and so he's 7-inch single. So he's doing a vinyl 7-inch single of 2 of the songs that are on my record.
Ooh, very cool. So it's going to have, all I've seen of your artwork for your album is what was on that SoundCloud page. But have you got, or is there going to be a photo of you? What is the...
No, it's a different graphic. I can send all that to you. It's sort of a little bit of a montage that a friend of mine did. And then the single is a different one. It's just a shot out in my field of the whole band. We did a video out there, and it was a still from the video. But it'll be pretty cool.
Oh, okay. And you had the song, you recorded the songs at a friend's house, right? It's from what I read, and then... Right.
I started recording at another guitar player's house, Ian Moore. I don't know if you know him, but he's also a great musician.
Ian Moore.
Yeah.
You know all these people. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So I started recording with him, and he got really excited about the material and had been pushing me to do a record for a while. And then I went to John Goodmanson, and I said, "Can you mix these 4 or 5 songs I have done?" And he said, "Sure." And so I'd worked with him on Goodness and the first the Rockfords material as well. But then I started writing more, and so gradually we just kept recording. We recorded some tracks at his house, and then we recorded a lot of basics at Electro Kitty, and then did a lot of overdubs at his house. Different.
This is all in the general same area you're at, or like Seattle and that kind of thing?
Right. John lives in Seattle. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. And so you had spent some time with this band called Goodness, and
a long time.
You'd spend a lot of time with them, and that story about you there at Madison Square Gardens sounded interesting. Yeah. You were opening for Oasis.
Right. That was just after we got signed to Atlantic, and it was sort of a trial by fire by our A&R person at Atlantic.
Oh, man.
'Cause, yeah, we were a young band at that point, so it went great. It was a fun show.
That's amazing. I mean, it's big, I bet.
Yeah, it feels even bigger when you're on stage. But we did several big shows. We opened up for Pearl Jam. We opened up for Cheap Trick. We did a few different shows. Pearl Jam was probably the biggest, actually. That was a big outdoor show. But
is that how you met Mike McCready?
No, I've known Mike since I was 5.
Wow.
Yeah, we grew up on the same street, and we're friends since grade school, and got our guitars like the same week and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so we go way back.
Oh my gosh. And when did you start playing? Was that around 5?
No, not till later. It's about 9, I think, when I actually started playing. And then I started playing with Chris from the Rockfords, Rick's brother, about when I was 10, and then we started writing songs and performing after that. So, yeah, so it's been a long haul with a lot of the same people, but it's been great.
Well, I want to play Known Word, and
okay,
I like this song a lot. I wanted to play a couple songs, but I want to start off with this one because it was the first one on the list in the SoundCloud page I went to.
Sure.
And it's got that cool guitar effect, the ding, 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 ding thing in the beginning, and then it just launches into this great rock song. It's great. And
thank you.
What inspired it? Was there anything in particular? Was this a song that came early on, or was it a later song?
That was the last song I wrote for the record. Oh. And it's just sort of inspired in general by the idea that there's no need to be bound by the limitations that you see at any particular moment. And it was sort of a note to oneself, really, not directed as conversation towards anybody else, but just sort of a feeling that went with it. And a feeling I've had recently.
I'm always limitations always get me. I have a hard time looking. And you know what? It's weird. I'm like 6'1", and I should be able to see over a lot of things. But little things.
What's that old gospel song? So I can't get over it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I think most of them are self-constructed. Yeah, that's my suspicion, anyways.
I want to hear a Danny Newcomb gospel album.
Well, I have to work on my singing a little bit. I'm a guitar player first. I could do a blues record. Yeah, blues gospel. There you go.
But you sing great, and you sing all over this record. It's called Master Wish, is the name of the album.
Right.
And what was it? Why that name?
Well, I love albums with made-up words, and actually I had this. It started when I found this old chromatic tuner in a guitar case that was called the Master Key. It's sort of the key into which you could, tune all your strings and everything would be perfect. And I thought, so if that's the Master Key and you can use that to tune everything, what happens if you have a Master Wish where you have one wish and it ends up being the best wish for all of the things you want? And in some ways, for me, doing this record was that. It was kind of coming back into singing and performing in a way that I've always wanted to do it, which was being in charge of my own material,
Master Wish, Master Key, got it. And
right.
DannyNewcomb.com. And that's C-O-M-B. And it's Danny Newcomb and the Sugar Makers.
Right, that's my band, and I've always been a band guy, so I love having a talented group of players around me to play off of. That's a big thing for me.
And why the name the Sugar Makers?
I have a farm on Vashon, and I keep bees, and I love 60s music as well, and I was like, well, what about if you have a group of people who get together and you just make something sweet?
I cannot believe you're a beekeeper. That, to me, that is like one of the most... I mean, it's a rewarding job because you get honey, and it's fresh honey. I mean, it's honey that you helped make and make sure that it was made. But yeah, I don't know how you do it with all the bees and the stings, and bees are so freaking weird. They once lived in my chimney, and bees. It's weird because I kind of get bees now because they lived in my chimney for like half a year. And so they come into the house regularly. I never got stung. They never stung my dog. And I kind of got there's a very mathematical thing about them. There is. I could see where like genius people like you would like them.
Right. Well, thanks for throwing me in that category. They're fascinating because they're so foreign to so many other sort of biological relationships, especially in mammals. That they're great, and they fertilize all my trees. So
and okay, so and then how much honey do they make? Money.
Well, actually, one hive. Last year, I got about 40 pounds out of one hive, so that's about 40 pint jars of honey.
Wow. Out of one hive.
But see, now all my friends know that I have honey now, so they call me up, and a lot of it goes away, which is fine.
And then what kind of trees do you have?
A lot of fruit trees, a lot of apple trees.
Apples. Oh, I love apples.
I do too.
Start my day off with that. And you're eating fresh apples from your farm.
Actually, right now, this time of year, it's apple time. Yep.
Oh, Danny Newcomb. Wait a minute. You've got a comb in your name, and you have bees. Danny New Honeycomb.
I do have a comb in my name. You're right.
All right, I'm going to play the song. Known word. It's Danny Newcomb and the Sugar Makers here on Mike's Daily Podcast.
Just another day, looking to the east, and you want to run away. Watch the sun come up like a ball of fire, and you feel like you're wasting. Nothing's really wrong. You've got your heart, and that's all worth chasing. Watch the clouds ahead, and they will break when you command them. How will you hide yourself away and lonely? It isn't what you know. Maybe it's just really who you are after like a storybook where the pages don't rhyme, and you lost yourself to the wolves outside who tricked your vanity. But I need you back, and I'll use my head to think how to reach you. So watch the sun come up across the known world, and I think of how it all could be.
part 2 on the next show as we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley.
It's really hot.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Yeah, it's so hot in the Bay Areas.
It's so hot.
And the podcast picture today is of Danny Newcomb as he was performing on stage with his awesome guitar singing, and he wears awesome hats. And
they're okay.
See that you don't ever have to wear hats because you got a bunch of hair, but
I have to wear hats sometimes. My hair's sticking all over the place today, so I'll probably put on my beanie.
Oh, okay. That'll be one for the photographs.
The record books.
That should be a future podcast picture.
One for the photographs.
One for the money, 2 for the show. Ouija board, Ouija board.
Now go, cat, go.
Well, now, if you, let's see. Oh, yeah, so you can see that picture at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Yep.
Shelley Schuhart, did you have anything to add?
Like, Haley, do you want to go, like, shopping later?
I don't fraternize with people that don't warm up my croissant.
Listen, I don't warm up croissants. I work in a gift shop, which is inside, because we're outside, so it's back there where we were. And I don't sell any more.
It's where the microwave is!
Yeah, fix it yourself.
Oh, she just stormed off.
Oh.
I think she even snapped her finger and did that no, you didn't thing. Oh, Floyd wants to say something. Go ahead, Floyd. Haley! Do you love Stephen Colbert? I'm Floyd the Floorman.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. I appreciate his commentary on his old show. I don't really like his voice that much. I don't know why, but that's not a critique about him as a person or his content or anything. It's just I don't like his voice that much.
Well, John Deere, the engineer, wanted to say something.
What is it?
Go ahead, John Deere.
Are you making fun of the way I talk? Look, I don't have much expression in my voice, so I'm kind of, sorry. That's just how I talk. From a technical standpoint, Stephen Colbert is technically amazing, and I think his show is going to do quite well.
All right, thank you, John Deere.
Yeah, I think so. Like, he's already got himself a pretty strong fan base. That's the important part.
Well, I think I'm going to go listen to a Doors album, or maybe Blink-182. Who else did we mention on the show? Morrissey. Danny Newcomb.
I'm gonna throw in a wild card. I'm not gonna listen to any of those. I'm gonna go listen to Book of Knots or some sort of obscure band.
Okay, there he goes, talking about obscure bands. Wonderful. So you can listen to Haley's Obscure Music Podcast coming to the airwaves or the internet waves soon.
It's gonna be called Welcome to My Twisted Podcast. And I'll feature bands that you've never heard of. And probably
all right, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. Come up with a short name for a podcast, like Mike's Daily Podcast. That's 15 words. You want to make sure it's short like that.
W2MD Podcast.
Huh?
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!